Hello everybody, my name is Jemmy, and today I will be continuing my series of teaching myself Python in the future so that I don't forget Python in the future. Something like that. I don't know the series name anymore. Today is EP2, and it's going to be about data types and strings, so let's get right into it. Again, I'm going to be using Jupyter Notebook, but you can use any Python code editor you want. And if you want to install Jupyter Notebook, it's going to be in the description. It's a video, and you can go follow it. So this is the homepage of Jupyter Notebook. We're going to press new, Python 3 IPY kernel right here, and we're going to rename our notebook. So let's rename this to anything you want actually. Today we're also going to be making a GPA calculator, so you could use that at school if you want. I'm going to be naming this data types like so, and then I would click rename, and then once I have it renamed, it's a bit messy. I'm going to change string to capital S, looks more better. Okay, once we have it named like so, we're going to actually begin our code with welcoming them to what we're going to be making. Today we're going to be making a GPA calculator. I might have just said that, but it's going to be really cool. We're going to make it by ourselves. So let's say print welcome to the world's best GPA calculator, like so. And just to give the user a little hint on what they're actually using right now, or not using, sorry, what they're about to get into. So we're gonna have input right here. Please press enter to continue. So press enter to continue. This is so that we can slow down the program a little bit, so instead of just rushing them with the questions, we could have like a little break. So press enter to continue, and let's run the code right now. I really don't know why it does that. Like the press enter to continue appears before the print, but it's fine. And then if we press enter, then it goes out into here. But let's actually put this in a variable so it doesn't have that output thingy. Now let's run this again. Alright, so once we have done this, it just doesn't really do anything yet because we haven't programmed it to do anything. I'm going to add some asterisks. I'm not sure what that's called. Like so, make it look a little bit more professional. And then from then, we're going to actually ask them the first question. So the first question is going to be how much subjects they have, right? So we need to know the amount. So we're going to create a list called amount, like so. And we're not actually, it's not a list. It's going to be an input, like so. And then we're going to say how much subjects do you have, like so. And once we did this, we're gonna try running it again. So press enter to continue, and then after that we give them a question: how much subjects do you have? They could put in anything they want, but they could put in like 3 or something. I'm gonna actually have a little space here. So now once we know how much subjects they have, we actually don't know what their subject is about. So we should need to ask them what their individual subjects, the name of their subjects, like math, science, world civilizations, language arts, something like that. So first, let's start off by having a new list called subject list, like so we can store their information, like so. And then from then we're gonna have another question, but this is gonna be a bit different from these ones because we have to repeat it in a loop. So for I in range what, we're gonna change this to int amount, because right here this is gonna be like 5 4 3 2, right? So we're gonna have it as in here because we're gonna have to go to each one of their subjects, and we have to have int here to convert this amount, or right now it's actually a string. Even though it's a number, it's a string type, so we're gonna have to change it to an integer type. And this won't work if they put in like a letter or like a string. It has to be a number strictly. So once we have all of this, we'll put a colon and we'll enter it in. Now let's create another subject called S1 for subject 1, and then we're gonna just make it equal to an input. So input, and then we're gonna have a little colon there, and we're gonna ask them what what is your, and then space plus sign. We're gonna go with str I plus 1. I'm pretty sure I could just, no, I is an integer, right? So we're gonna go with str I plus 1. So this way it will every time it loops, I increases by 1. So we can actually like ask them what is your first, second, third, fourth subject. And the reason we put 1 here is because I start from 0. So if we just ask them what is your 0 subject, that wouldn't really make sense. So we have that little +1 there. And then we're going to create another thing at the end which says subject, like so, a little space. And now let's try running the code. So press enter to continue. How much subjects do you have? I have 4. So let's put in 4. What is your first subject? World Civ. What is your second subject? Math, science, and maybe language arts. And there you go. So now once we have got every single thing, we actually need to store the information. So we're going to append the information that we got into a list. So we're going to do, where is it? Subject list dot append. And what we're going to append is S1. So let's try this out again. Wait, actually I'm going to have it, let me stop the code first. Okay. We're going to have it printed out. So print subject list, like so. Okay, let's speed run through this. So I'll have 3 math, science, and world civ, right? And then there you go. Our list now has math, science, and world civ, which is what they entered. So now we have stored their information somewhere. We're going to ask them again, like how much points do you have for math, how much points do you have for science, how much points do you have for world civilizations, so then we can finally conduct their GPA. Alright, so first, before we start asking them the questions, we have to create a list to store their points somewhere. So we're going to name this point list, like so, equals to a little like bracket, and then we're going to have nothing in it because we're just declaring a list right now. And then we're going to have another for loop, for I in range, and then it's the same thing, int amount right here. So copy and paste this in right here, and then press enter. And now we're going to do p1 for point 1 and equals to input, what is your point for, and then we'll have a plus right here, and then we're going to have the subject list, and then we're going to have a bracket here. So this way we're going to be calling everything from this list starting off with 0. So subject list I. So pretend we had math, science, and world civ in the subject list. We're going to call out math first. So what is your points for math? And then we're going to have a little question mark at the end just to make it look better. All right, let's run this again. So press enter to continue. How much subjects do you have? I have 3. What is your first subject? Let's say math, science, and then LA. What is your points for math? Let's say 80, and then there you go. You can see, let me add a little space there. What is your points for science? 90, and then you could even put like that much too. It doesn't really matter right now. We have to store their information somewhere too, just like we did for our first loop. So we're going to append this to point list. So point list dot append, and then we're going to have p1 as the thing that's getting append. So let's print out point list, print point list, like so. How much subjects you have? 3 math, science, world civ. What is your points for math? Let's say 80 to 23, 50 or something like that. And you can see the point list has 80, 23, and 50, just like we did before. And yeah, that's basically how we store the information. But now the main point in this little loop we have right here is that we have to convert the 80, 23, 50 into 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, because that's the actual grade that you're going to be using for your GPA. So we're going to have a bunch of if statements. So let's start off right here. We're going to put this right through the middle. So instead of appending 80, 23, and 50, we're actually going to be appending 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So let's put if P1 is greater than 9, instead of, okay, so we're gonna have it so that 80 to 100 is getting a 4, 70 to 79 is getting a 3, 60 to 69 is getting a 2, and then 50 to 59 is getting a 1, and then from there everything below 50 is getting a 0. I'm not sure if I said that correctly, but that's basically the main point of it. So P1 is 79, okay, is greater than 79. The reason we're putting 79 here is because if we put 80 here, and then we put like P1 is less than 80 on our second alif, then 80 will just not be in the statement at all, so we have to put 79 like so, and then we're gonna put and P1 is less than 100. Actually no, let's just put is greater than 79, because let's pretend the teacher gave them extra credit, so they got like 104 105 points, then they would still get 4 for their grade. So if P1 is greater than 79, then append, let's say, oh yeah, let's append point list dot append. I'm gonna just copy and paste this in there actually, and instead of having append at the end, we're gonna append right here. So append, instead of P1, we're gonna have append 4, because this is the top grade they're gonna get, and we're gonna have another alif. So alif P1 is greater than, we're gonna now lower it down to 70, right? So 69, and P1 is less than 81, I'm pretty sure. And from then we're gonna have point list dot append. We could just copy paste this one, copy paste, and then we're gonna change this to 3. We're just copy paste this one and then put it in there, and then change this one to 59, this one to 61, I think, or 61. Yeah, I think it's 61. Hopefully I didn't skip anything, so I don't think I did. Okay, it's a bit confusing, but just add this one by 1, decrease this one by 1. Okay, and then now, so we have 4, 3, let's change this to 2, and 1 is basically going to be 49 to 50, or no, sorry, 50 to 60, but instead we're going to have to do a bit more confusing work, so 51, like so. And from then, everything below 50 is going to be 0, so everything that is less than 49 is going, wait, 49 or 51, I don't know, it's 49, yeah, 49, everything less than 49, point list append 0. Okay, not supported of oh, okay, wait, sorry guys, I forgot to make this an int, because right now it's a string, so it's not compatible. So just copy right here and then paste it on top of every P1. Yeah, I'm very sorry for this, but it shouldn't be that hard to do, like so. Oops, like so, there you go. $65 should be in the range of 2, I'm pretty sure. So in 2 we have 59 to 60. Okay, here's the error. We're gonna change this to 7, we're gonna change this to 6, and that should fix everything, hopefully. Okay, that's where everything just went derailed. Okay, let's try it again. Now once we have this, we're actually going to test it out first to make sure it works. So print point list once it's done. So let's run this out, press enter, continue. How much subjects? Let's say 4. Math, what's your second subject? Language arts, world civ, and then what's your fourth subject? It could be science, like so. And I put something there. What is your points for math? Let's say 80, right? So if we put 80 here, it has to become 4. So let's put 80. All right, let's see, and then paste it on top of every P1. Yeah, I'm very sorry for this, but it shouldn't be that hard to do, like so. Oops, like so. There you go. Let's try running it again. I'm gonna go through this one really fast. Okay, I'm gonna go through this one very fast. So, oh wait, I forgot that was in the enter one. So 4 subjects: world, civ, math, science, and LA. Like so. What is your points for world civ? I'll say 80. What's your points for math? Let's say 104. Pretend I got extra credit. And then what's your point for science? 5. I did really bad. And then for this one, let's just put at 50, right? Okay, let's try 50. So 4 4 0 1, which is what is supposed to happen. Everything that is 50, I'm pretty sure, is going to be 1. Yeah, and then everything below 50 is going to be 0. So I made it off the hook right there. And I want to try one more thing. I want to have it at 49. I want to see where that goes to. So how much subjects you have? Let's say 1. I'll just say SDF or something. SEF. What's your point for Ceph? Let's put 49. It should be 0. Okay, it hasn't appended, which means that we have done something wrong in the code right here. So I'm going to change this to 50, and let's see if it happens again, because 49 wasn't appended. It should have 0 in the list, but it didn't. How many subjects do you have? 1 SEF again, or SER, I guess, sir. 49. There we go. We have a 0 now. Again, we have to, it's trial and error in coding, so we have debugged it and we have fixed the problem. And after this, we're going to create a GPA calculator, which is where we get all the information and then we actually calculate their GPA. So let's have another variable that's final add, like so, equals to 0. This is going to be an integer, and from then we're going to have another loop for I in range 0 to int amount. So we're going to copy int amount right here, paste that in, and then we're gonna add every single thing inside of the list. So final add, and you spelled correctly, plus equals to, this is basically a fancy way of saying final add plus grade list. Where is grade list? Or point list, plus point list equals to final add, which is just adding like all the numbers we saw in here. So if there's like 401, it's gonna be 5. It's gonna add everything. So add plus equals to point list, like so, and we're gonna have I in here, so it cycles through everything. And after that, we're gonna have another variable called average, which will find the average of all the grades. So average equals to final add and int amount, so the amount of subjects and the final add. So divide each other, because this is how to find the average. If you don't know, you add all of the numbers and then you divide it by how much numbers there were, or the amount of numbers, and then you should get to the average. So let's print out the average after that. So print average. Now let's actually address them. So your GPA is plus average. Oh wait, no, I got it correct. Average, and then plus an exclamation point. Okay, and then actually let's just say great job or something. Great job, like so. Control enter. Unexpected at amount. Where is it? For I in range. Oh, I forgot a colon right there. Okay, let's try it again. Press enter to continue. Enter. How much subjects do you have? 3, 4. I don't know. 4. Let's go 4. World civ, math, science. Oh, I misspelled science. I want to do that again. I'm a perfectionist. Okay, restart and then run it. Okay, press enter to continue. How many subjects? 4. Math, science, world civ, and finally LA. What is your points for math? Let's say 90 or something. And what is your points for science? Oh, I did really bad on science. 40. What is your points for world civ? 90. And what is your point for LA? Let's put in like a 65 or something. All right. And oh no, there's something. Final add plus, oh, index out of range. Oh, that's fine. Basically what happens here is because the I actually goes out too far, so we're gonna have -1. Okay, let me try running this again. So press enter to continue. How much subjects you have? Let's put in like 10 or something. I put in a little thingy there. Okay, how much subject you have? 3. I don't know why I put 10 last time. Math, science, and LA. Okay, what is your points for math? Let's put 80, 90, and 100. What is this? Can only concatenate str, not float to str. Can only not str. Okay, I forgot to str this average right here, so we have to change this to a string. Alright, pressing to continue. How much subjects do you have? 4. What is your first subject? Math, science, LA, and world civ. Like so. What's your points for math? Let's put in 65, 90, 80, and 5. 2440. Okay, that is correct. And the GPA is 2.5. We can actually fact check this. So 2440, that adds up to 10, and 10 divided by 4. So 10 divided by 4, 2.5 right there. So yep, that is the working GPA calculator that we have done right there. But anyways, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Bye.